So everybody, welcome. My name is Caroline McGillivray and welcome to Hatha Yoga. And if you have any injuries, any pre-existing conditions, feel free to just modify how you need to. If you're not sure how, it's always okay not to do something. If you need to make it more intense, sometimes slowing things down and breathing a little deeper can kick things in, or for doing anything with reps as well, just making sure. If you have any queries or anything, feel free to send chat and just going at your own pace. And of course, with everything right now, you may or may not have permit consent in terms of from your doctor to work out, but just doing what you need to do. Yoga is that beautiful balance of body, mind, and spirit. And just getting yourself connected with you, which when things are a little bit crazy, which let's be honest, they're very up and down right now, it's important just to take that time to take care of ourselves. And we are going to start up on our feet. So I'm going to get up. I'm on the floor right now. And I'm Caroline for anybody. Let's just start with toes pointing outwards. Pull up through the pelvic floor, making sure your ribs are pulled together. So you're not hyperextending and crunching the back. Your ribs are actually stacked on top of your hips. And just taking your fingers in 1 inch and give it a tiny cough. And just feeling those muscles start to turn on as we start to get a little bit deeper into some of our core muscles. And let's take a big breath in. And exhale. And taking a nice deep breath in. And exhale. One more. And exhale. Reaching up. Reaching to the right. Center. Left. Reach. Stretch. Getting more into that side body as we breathe. Exhaling if we can. As we breathe. Big breath in and big breath out. Just feeling how good it feels to stretch, even feeling that stretch right through our armpits as well. And still keeping that pelvic floor pulled up. And feeling that stretch, those spaces in between our ribs as we breathe. One more on each side. This time, reaching to the right, we're going to do a windmill to come through center, coming over to the left, and up, and 4 more. Exhale through center, making sure belly still stays engaged, so we support our spine as we come through. Exhale. And just noticing any tight bits through our spine, our hips, our legs. And reverse the other way, reaching to the left. Exhale as we circle down, over and up, and reach. Exhale, reach, and up. 2 more. And 1 more. Coming all the way back, chin down, looking up and down and up. And in case you're wondering, why am I putting neck stuff in? I know for myself and for many of you who I've gotten to know over the last few weeks, some of you have just commented just that you're on the computer a lot more with Zoom meetings, Zoom classes, that kind of stuff. A lot more online training. So it's important just to give our neck and our shoulders some release. 1 more, really lifting heart. Back to center, side to side, keeping chin tucked down. And still breathing, nice big breath, still nice and pulling up through the pelvic floor, ribs pulled together. Feeling your crown really reach into the sky as we come back through center. Back to center, turning head, side to side. One more each side. Coming back to center, bringing your shoulders up, and just imagine pulling any stress, any tension all the way up to your ears, and taking a little bit more air in, and exhale, let them come down. And one more, pulling it up. And exhale, roll it down. One more. And exhale. Lifting tailbone, lifting chest, arching, and bringing it into a lotus cup, bringing the wrists together. Inhale, lift, and exhale. Big breath in, and big breath out. Inhaling, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale. 3 more. One more. Back to center. Very carefully reaching both arms up. Interlace your fingers. Lifting up out of your hips, pulling up your pelvic floor. Reaching to the right and back. 2, 3. We're going to do 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. A little bit of a variation of the windmill. Reach all the way down. Reach the side and up. 3 more. Feeling that rotation through the shoulders too. Last one. Reverse other way. Exhale as we come down, up. One more. And up. Circle your wrists. Taking them behind your back, shoulders back. And squeeze, really lengthening through the front of the body, along that front plane as we take those big breaths in. And big breath out. Seeing if you can lift your arms just a little higher. And on your exhale, release. Taking the arms forward, circle the wrists, press forward. Feeling that space between your shoulder blades as we breathe. Taking deep breath in. And deep breath out. And one more big breath, slowly circle wrists. Bringing it back. This time, take your less dominant grip as we interlace. Feeling that squeeze as we breathe. Still pulling up through your pelvic floor. Feeling the ribs pull together. If it feels okay, trying to reach the arms away from your body as we take those big breaths in. And big breath out. And And one more big breath on the exhale, release, circling wrists. Again, less dominant grip as you interlace, pressing forward. And stretch, pulling up through pelvic floor. And one more big breath on the exhale. Release, shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back. And two more. You've got this. Last one. Toes facing outwards, nice wide stance. Soften. Just starting to get a little bit of movement in our legs as we do this variation of goddess. A little bit of a bar inspired twist. 4 more, here we go. 4, 3, 2. Hold it down for 8, 7. If your arms get sore, they can be here. 5, 4, 3, 2. Right heel comes up and down, up and down. 6 more. 6, 5, pulling up through here, ribs. 3, 2, and changing other side for 8. Really come up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and both. Here we go for 8, 7, ribs and tummy. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hips around, just releasing the hips. We're going to get a little bit more into the low body in just a moment. One more this direction and switch. Reach. Deep breath in, deep breath out. You've got this. Okay, if anybody needs a wall for balance, please do. So bringing the feet about hip distance apart, and we're going to root into our right foot, taking left leg up, cross. And very carefully soften that supporting knee, belly button in, taking arms back, reach. Still breathing deeply, feeling your breath coming into your low back. Feeling your back ribs expand and contract. Still feeling your abdomen expanding and contracting too. We just have those muscles engaged for extra support for the spine. And very carefully seeing if you can come down 1 inch lower, 1 inch up, 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 1 inch lower, 1 inch up. One more. Holding it down for 8, 7, keeping belly in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Extend the leg out. And slowly bringing it down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and back root. And taking leg across when you are ready, releasing the hands, soften, bringing palms forward as we breathe. Putting a little bit of flexion in the foot just to protect our knees and our ankles as we breathe. Taking those deep breaths in and deep breath out. And if anybody's just joining us now, just make sure you do the other side as well, just because we have completed it already. Bringing it 1 inch down and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 inch down, 1 inch up, just little, down and up and 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 down and up. 3 more, down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up, and hold it down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 inch down, 1 inch up, and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Release. Just shaking out, and very carefully with that leg, one more time, reach. As I lose my balance, and very carefully kicking it forward and slowly bringing it down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Toes facing forward, reaching arms up, soften the knees into chair. So when you're ready, reaching your seat back, belly button pulled in. As we reach back, really breathe, reaching the arms as they reach back. Taking those deep breaths in and deep breath out. One more big breath. When you're ready, rooting into left foot, seeing if we can pick up right foot and keeping that nice bend and that nice crease at the top, pulling up very carefully as if we were skateboarding. Brush. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cross and sit for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and kick it out for 8. Slowly lower. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. And very carefully coming into chair again, reach. If you need to do a forward fold to release, please do. Knees are directly over your toes. And when I say that, I mean just they're not where your toes are here and your knees are out here or going in. They're actually following that alignment. And reach back. If you look down, you should be able to see all 10 toes as we breathe. Really breathe. Hands can be at hips if you don't want them out. Belly button in. When you're ready, root and very carefully brush. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And cross and hold for 8, 7, still pulling up, ribs pull together, shoulders back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly reaching it forward and bringing it down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we are going to come down onto our forearms. So when you're ready, we are coming into Dolphin. So very gently, bringing your forearms to the ground. If that is too intense, you can always keep it in downward dog. But if you can, gently bringing forearms to the ground and breathe. Feeling fingers nicely widespread, belly button in. And one more big breath. When you're ready, slowly bringing knees down, coming on to all fours, and very carefully taking a nice big breath in on the exhale, curl. And inhaling, lifting tailbone, lifting chest, exhale, curl. And inhaling, lift. Exhale, curl. And lift. Exhale, curl. And lift. Exhale, curl. Two more. Last one. Coming back to center. When you're ready, we are going to come back into that dolphin pose again, bringing your forearms on the ground. Once you're set up, we are going to come into some kicks, taking that left leg up. I'm just going to let somebody in. There we go. So very gently, when we're here, onto all fours, tucking toes, coming up, taking your left leg. Option one is to reach it up and down. Option two is gently press up and down, up and down, up and down. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Coming all the way back down into child's pose and breathe. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up into dolphin when you're ready. And very carefully, other leg reaches up, and 8 kicks or 8 hops. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way down, child's pose, and breathe. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way up, finding a tall seat. Really pulling belly button in, nice and tall. Leaning in up on your sits bones. So just gently pulling flush back, starting to lean back. Option one, toes on the ground. 2, legs up. 3, full extension of the legs where they're long. And holding here. If your hip flexors start to seize up, you can always hold, which brings it back a little bit more to belly. Still feeling pelvic floor pulling up. One more big breath. When you're ready, right leg in front of left into what we call easy pose. Bringing your hands to the ground. Press into your hands and seeing if you can lift off the ground. But 2. And release. Reset, second time. Coming up. And holding. Nice big breaths in. And deep breath out. You've got this. Seeing if you can lengthen the torso just a little bit more as we breathe. And finding ourselves back to that tall seat, this time left foot and front, pressing into the hands, shoulders back very carefully, belly button in, and lift. Seeing if you can take your feet and butt off the ground as we breathe. And one more big breath on the exhale, release. And legs again, coming up, and breathe. Taking nice big breaths in, and big breath out. You can do this, I know. And if this is easy for you, you're always welcome to really lengthen the legs out and try and sit up a little taller and hold a little longer if you'd like. That's the important piece. This is always your class, your time, your experience. One more big breath on the exhale, release. Right leg forward, left back. Press hands into the ground. And if you are able to lift your seat, lifting your feet too, please do. And release. Last time, is anybody else getting sweaty? Or maybe it's me because I haven't been doing as much since Corona. Really breathe. Taking those deep breaths in and deep breath out. Pulling up through the pelvic floor, really elongating collarbone as we breathe. One more big breath and exhale. Release left foot in front. Pressing hands in, lift. And if you are able to take feet off, please do as well. Taking deep breaths in and deep breath out. And for those of you who are working on your arm balance, this is good practice as well for that. As we build that strength, and this is good for strengthening our shoulders as well as our arms. Just making sure, really pressing into the hands, nice widespread fingers. And release. Bringing soles of the feet together into butterfly pose. And just rocking from side to side, just releasing your hips. Taking those big breaths in. And big breath out. And when you're ready, just gently taking right leg in front of left and circling your spine just to release. Release your abdomen. Inhaling as our chest comes forward. Exhale as chest pulls back. And as it pulls back, still pulling in that pelvic floor as we breathe. Taking deep breath in and deep breath out. One more in this direction and reversing the opposite way. Inhaling forward. Exhale as we circle back. And one more. Coming back to center, taking right arm up, soften the elbow palm on back, and reach across and press. Feeling that stretch. Try to make sure your head is framed by your arms, so head's not pushing forward. We're still lengthening the torso as we breathe. Taking those deep breaths in and deep breath out. One more big breath, really lengthening, and I'm saying that just as much for myself as I am for you. Really elongating that front plane of the body and release. Big arms up, circle, wrist down. Just to release and reversing the opposite way. Slowly bringing them back up and taking left arm this time and press. Feeling belly button pulled in as we sit up nice and tall. Taking those big breaths in and big breath out. And slowly reaching up and circle. Slowly release. When you are ready, let's come on to all fours. I'm just going to turn sideways slightly so you can see what I'm doing. So hands are directly underneath shoulders, belly button in, chest is over hands. And very carefully taking your right leg, reaching it back. On the exhale, pulling it up towards your chest. And reach back and tuck. And reach and tuck. And reach and tuck. As you reach back, see if you can get that squeeze of the glute as you reach it back. Really squeeze. Belly button is in just to protect. That's fine. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reaching it out. And then very carefully bringing it back in. Open to the side and down. Try to keep your back flat because the back is going to want to tilt. So we don't want that. We want to keep it nice and even. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up into dolphin again. Palms down, forearms down, come on up. And when you're ready, taking that same leg you just worked, kick, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down and breathe. Taking arms back, interlace. Taking nice deep breaths in and deep breath out. You've got this. And that can always be done with supporting leg on the ground, of course. And if you have wrist injuries, it can also be done with your hands on the wall. You don't have to be all the way down. So doing what you need to do. One more big breath on the exhale. Let's bring it to the other side. So very carefully, reaching. Leg is going to come back as I try and figure out how to frame myself. Going to reach leg back, bring it into chest, and reach. Trying to keep chest over hands as we breathe. Reach and bringing it down. And if your floor is hard, you can always put something underneath your knee to give a bit of support. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking it to the side and back. And again, try to keep back flat. Really breathing in and out. Big breath in. Big breath out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. When you're ready, coming back into dolphin, very carefully, forearms on the ground, reaching up and very carefully taking that left leg, press up and down, up and down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And relaxing it down in child's pose. Taking deep breath in and deep breath out. And 2 more big breaths, slowly walking your hands back up towards your torso. And when you're ready, we are going to come into what we call masala. So feet a little bit wider, sitting deep, palms down, and just seeing if you can bring the shoulders back and lengthen your spine. You may not be able to get your heels on the ground, and that is okay. So wherever you're at is awesome. If this is ever too intense, you can always bring your seat to the ground where you're actually using your upper arms. Gently press along the inner thighs, not on the knee, just to get a deeper stretch. Taking nice deep breaths in and deep breath out. Really breathing in your hips. And if you're ever nervous about something, it's one of my favorites to do before having to do a big talk or a presentation that I'm nervous about. One more big breath, hands come down, straighten, and shift the hips from side to side. Coming back to center when you're ready, soften your knees. Coming back down, and again, shoulders back, belly button in, lengthening your spine as you breathe. Taking those deep breaths in and breathing into the hips, feeling how good it feels just to breathe. Sometimes I know I forget all the time. Sometimes I think that's why I teach classes, to remind myself to breathe as well. But sometimes when our minds go, it's so important just to breathe. It just brings us back to present and helps us let go of stuff too. Two more big breaths. When you're ready, hands on the ground and straighten, tailbone up. This time walking your hands through your legs, trying to reach your tailbone a little bit more so you get more of a stretch up the backs of the legs, toes are facing forward. Two more big breaths on the exhale, coming back one last time. For anybody where crow or headstand is in your practice and you feel safe and warm enough to do it, feel free to come into either of those shapes. And if we were in class, I would spot you doing it. So just in terms of that, in terms of in person, just because it's more challenging doing it online unless it's a one-on-one. So really breathing, taking those big breaths in, and if that is in your practice, please do. For anybody who would like to kind of learn with that, it's nice sometimes to have a pillow and very carefully hands, and very gently as you have your knees on the upper arms, just taking one toe off the ground and then changing back and forth. So you're never actually fully all the way up right away. So just breathing, taking those deep breaths in and deep breath out. Couple more big breaths. Last time, straighten the legs, shift from side to side. And slowly soften knees, rolling it up vertebrae by vertebrae, bones, stacking upon bones, coming all the way up. And breathe. Rooting into right foot. We are going to come into tree. So option 1, toes are on the ground, heel is above your ankle bone, 2 is on the calf, 3 is on your thigh. So just gently seeing for you what feels best today as we breathe. Taking those big breaths in, bring those shoulders back, and deep breath out. Finding that spot to look at that is not moving as we take those big breaths in. And big breath out. And one more big breath, slowly kicking leg out and bringing it down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rooting into the other side. And very carefully finding your balance on the opposite side. I find pressing my supporting leg into the leg that's up just as much helps balance a bit more. Really lengthening that front plane of your body as you take those deep breaths in and deep breath out. And one more big breath, kicking it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and breathe. Nice deep breaths in and deep breath out. When you're ready, we are going to find our way down to the ground, coming down onto our backs. Once we're all the way down, we are going to hug our knees in towards our chest and gently rocking from side to side, gently releasing your spine as we take those big breaths in and big breath out too. Really breathing, gently bringing those knees in and gently, tiny little circles. Reversing the opposite way. Reaching both legs up, crossing right leg over left into a 4, and very gently taking your arms to thread and wrap around that left leg, softening both knees, flexing both feet as we breathe. Taking those deep breaths in and deep breath out. And one more big breath on the exhale, slowly releasing, taking left foot on the ground, crossing right leg, because we are going to come into a twist, open right arm out to the side at shoulder height, turning your head to the right, and very carefully bringing knees over towards the left side. And one more big breath, slowly coming back to center and releasing. Taking left leg, crossing over right, picking up leg, flexing both feet, interlace. If you are able to bring your tailbone towards the ground and your shoulders too, please do. Feeling that stretch. And taking a nice big breath in on the exhale. Release. Opening arm out to the side and very carefully guiding knees over towards that right side, keeping both shoulders on the ground. And taking a nice big breath in on the exhale, slowly rolling back onto our backs, releasing the legs and knees from side to side, just releasing our spines. Coming back to center, reaching arms and legs to yawn and stretch, feeling fresh, cool air coming in, warm air coming out. Whenever you're ready, we're going to come into our final resting pose, which is Shavasana, which is the most important pose in yoga. Because when we come into our Shavasana, where we close our eyes, try to clear our minds. If you need a mantra, using a mantra, sometimes as simple as I am, which is one of the most powerful ones there are. And just breathe. It allows you to get the benefits from our practice faster than an 8-hour sleep. So whenever you're ready, turning palms up if you'd like to receive energy, turning palms down to ground. Feel free to grab a blanket if you'd like, or put socks on, just as we slow it down. Dimming your lights if you'd like. Allowing your eyes to soften as we breathe. And feeling yourself taking a nice deep breath in and exhale. Starting to feel movement returning to fingers, to toes, to hands and feet. If you'd like to reach your arms above your head to yawn and stretch, please do. Feeling fresh, cool air coming in, warm air coming out. And softening your knees, rolling to one side. And when you're ready, using your hands to guide you, slowly coming all the way up to a tall seat. And taking a nice big breath in. And on your exhale, bowing to thank yourself. And I thank you too. Namaste, everyone.